One big potential win for the wealthy in the GOP's One Big Beautiful Bill is a much more generous estate tax. Robert Frank here at Post 9 with the story. So what does it look like?
Yeah, so Sarah, this is one thing that I think all sides can agree on and has a high chance of passing. And that's because you could call it the slow death of the death tax. Now, as part of the 2017 tax cuts, you might remember the estate tax was dramatically reduced. So instead of taxing estates worth $5.5 million, those tax cuts doubled the exemption to $11 million. So estates worth up to $11 million or couples with less than $22 million owed no estate tax. That benefit, of course, like the other provisions, was expected to expire at the end of this year. Now, the House not only extending that tax cut, but making it even more generous. Under the new plan, the exemption would go to $15 million or $30 million for couples. It would be made, and this is the important part, it would be made permanent, and it would be indexed for inflation, meaning it would reset probably at another $1 million a year extra without any expiration. Now, with such a high exemption, the estate tax is getting a lot less effective. The wealth of the top 1% has grown by over 75% since 2017. Meanwhile, the number of estates paying any estate tax is down 27%. Only 4,000 paid the tax in the most recent year. And that's why it raises only about $20 billion in revenue. That's below where it was back in 2007. Back then, the exemption was just $2 million. Over 16,000 estates paid the estates. Now, for the full analysis of the tax changes that affect high earners, check out the Inside Wealth newsletter at cnbc.com/insidewealth. That's cnbc.com/insidewealth.
But they don't, I mean, like Ellison, Musk, Zuckerberg, I mean, they're never going to pay an estate tax, right?
The estate tax attorneys have become very good at working around it, which is why even if, you went it to 30, 50, 100 million, it doesn't really bite. Now, the premise of the estate tax is we don't want a fixed aristocracy. We don't want these dynastic fortunes to replicate every generation. And I think so. Then the question is, where do you set that level? And I think you've set it at 30 million, where it doesn't affect the family farm. But you're right. Even those who are wealthier can plan around it.
And yeah, they have armies of attorneys who help them do that.
But it's not just middle class gets a permanent tax cut out of this as well, right? Overall.
Overall, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Especially with the standard deduction, the child tax credit, all that stuff going way up, at least for a period of time. Absolutely. Everyone gets a tax cut.
You get a tax cut. Not salt, though. We're still nowhere on salt.
Not yet. There'll be something.
A long way to go. Senate's going to have their say, too.